We know we can sort data in Excel so that we can have things in ascending or descending order, but there are times when you might want to find out where somebody's position is within a list without actually sorting the list. For example, let's take our dancers file. We have here the results of our dancers for each of their 3 exams, and what we'd like to know is where they rank compared to their peers. So instead of sorting exam 1 by descending so we can see who's at the top place, we're going to add a rank function in to do the working out for us. So the rank function works by comparing an individual value against a range of values and telling you where in that range of values the individual value occurs. So we start with equals rank, open brackets. First we have the number, well that's the value we would like to rank against the rest, comma, and then the ref is the rest. Well, the rest are these results here for exam 1. There is then an optional parameter of order that we'll leave blank for the moment. Close brackets and return, and I see that Jill is 600%. Well, that's just formatting, so we need to remove that back to general, and she's actually in 6th position. There's only 7 of them, so she's nearly last. We then want to replicate this formula downwards. Before we can do that, we need to do the clever little absoluteness. So B2 to B8 needs to be fixed. So we can do that with our F4 keyboard shortcut. B2 doesn't need to be fixed because I want to be able to copy this formula downwards and for it to then rank the next person. So Jill is in 6th place, Gemma's in 1st, Zoe's in last, and everybody else is in between. So let's just put some center alignment on that. Now can I copy that set of ranking formulas into here? And we find NA, 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 because it's trying to find, it even gives me a little error there, value not available. We know that, thank you, ignore, because it's trying to rank percentage there for Jill on exam 2, but against exam 1 results. So I actually need to move this range to look at exam 2, return, replicate, and we find that Jill is actually in 6th position for exam 2 as well, even though she's got 65%. This time Gemma's in 1st, again, and Zoe's moved up to 5th. So let's do the same for exam 3. Let's just copy the 1 formula, because we know we need to change the references, which is the reference to the range to look up in. And Jill is in 6th still. Replicate downwards, and we find that Zoe has made an amazing comeback in exam 3 by jumping up to 1st position. That's the rank formula. Rank, the number you want to rank, comma, the range you want to compare that number against, and then tell it where in the list you appear. Now there is an extra option there at the end called order. If we explore that now, if we put comma, the choices are 0 for descending or 1 for ascending. If I now choose descending and return, we find that the values are descending from 1 to wherever. So the highest score is in 1st place. If I then change that to 1, which is ascending, what we'll then find is that Jill's actually in 2nd and Mike is in 1st. So in this case, the lowest score is the best. Because sometimes when you want to rank a position, with some exams or some scoring systems, the lower the score is better, therefore the person with the lowest score will be 1st. In others, as we have here, it's a percentage thing, so the higher the score, the better. So in our case, that needs to be a 0 or left out completely, because it defaults to the 0 if it's not there, and we have the correct ranking. Now our overall ranking is really made up of an average. If we say average of the 3 values, so Jill's average is 51, copy that down, we get everybody's average, and then we can rank their average, individual average, against everybody's average. Let's absolute that now because we know we need absolute. Again, Excel's been helpful by formatting the cell. 6th position overall, Gemma is in 1st overall, Sally is in 2nd overall, even though she had a 4th and a 3rd, and in last place altogether is John. So he's our worst answer, and Gemma is our best, or most consistent, should we say. So that's rank. Takes an individual cell value and compares it to a range of values and tells you what relative position in that range of values your single value comes.